the start of 2021 hasn't really been very easy for any of us, has it? So I wanted just to give you a bit of an update about what's happening. We're coming up for a holiday, and also to give you a thank you for everything that you're doing to keep your children and young people learning. It's really important that they don't lose that capacity to continue to have a thirst for learning. And I've seen some of the work that they've been doing, which is quite incredible. So after the holidays, when we come back on the 22nd of February, just wanted to let you know at the different groups what will be happening. So for nursery and primary 1 to 3, we have all of our children coming back, and we're really pleased to be able to welcome them back to school. And obviously we want to make sure that it's a really safe place for them to come, so it'll be safe for staff, for children, for young people. So the nursery and P1 to 3 will be coming back with the mitigations that were in place before, the things that they were expected to do before they'll be expected to do now. So hand washing is really important, as you know, for some staff to try to stay apart from each other, then that's really important too. And in our special schools and our departments of additional support, quite a large number of our children have been in over the last few weeks, and they will continue to be supported in our specialist provisions, because it's really important for us that children who need a little bit of extra support are in our schools to be supported. Primary 4 to 7, unfortunately they're not coming back to school quite yet, so we would be asking you to help us support them, continue to support them with their remote learning at home, and some of the amazing work that they have been undertaking. S1 to 3, again, they're going to be staying at home for now. They're going to be carrying on with their remote learning, so please can we just ask for your support to help them with their remote learning, to stick in, because in a couple of years they're going to be doing their qualifications. And senior phase, so the S4, S5 and S6, as we call the senior phase, they are coming up to looking at how they're going to make sure that they get their skill set and they get their qualifications for this next phase in their life. So we know it's a tricky time for the senior phase. It's a tricky time being a teenager. We've all been a teenager, so we know that. And we want to try to make sure that we can support their learning that they've done over the last wee while and get the best qualifications that they possibly can. And we know they'll be concerned. They'll be thinking about, we've not been in school, we've not seen our teachers. So we want to try to bring them back in small groups initially, to be thinking about the practical subjects they can't do at home, things they need a teacher with them or things that they need equipment for, and they will be coming back in small groups to be able to do that. And your school will be in touch with you to let you know when your child should come back. So they shouldn't be sent back on the 22nd of February unless you've had information from the school that alerts you to when those senior phase learners will be coming back to school. So another little change as well is that there's going to be testing offered for all staff, so that we know that we can track the virus and we can self-isolate people where there's any breakout of any virus. But we're also going to be offering for the senior phase for them to have testing. And I know sometimes young people maybe think that they don't want to do that because it doesn't affect them in quite the same way. But we would really be asking for you as parents to really try and support our senior phase pupils to think about taking the tests. They're quite simple, quite straightforward. They can take them at home. All the information will be coming out to you about that. But we want to be able to track the virus spread and make sure that we break that chain, because we know that this virus likes to move from one person to another, and we want to be able to break that chain wherever we can. So if you can just encourage that for us, that would be great. And the other thing is, ask for parents to do, particularly around our nurseries and our primary schools, remember as adults, we have to stay 2 meters apart. So we do that when we're not in school or when we're not around a school, so we have to do it in the schools as well. And so we would just be asking you to make sure if you're dropping off your children, please stay 2 meters apart. It is really important that that virus doesn't get the opportunity outside and around our schools once people are moving around to be able to pass from person to person. So we're in this together, we're trying really hard, everybody is trying their best. This is new to everybody. I get a lot of messages where people are saying, you know, how wonderful it is, how great everybody's trying. I also get some messages from people to say that they're not happy with the situation. So we know that it's tricky, we know we're not going to get absolutely everything right, but you can be rest assured that we're trying our absolute best to do what we can for your children and young people. So we're looking forward to welcoming those back that are coming back, and we look forward to hopefully welcoming more of them back soon.